Picture a small, skinny African boy pedaling frantically on a bicycle. He's weaving in and out of potholes, dodging traffic on a congested freeway. This could be any African city, but to the people of Burkina Faso, the familiar green taxis tell them it's Ouagadougou. The heat is suffocating. Dry scorched dust fills the air. The cries of the street hawkers are deafening. From the dust appears this red bicycle. It is too big for the boy. His feet are not able to touch the ground. And almost losing control, he veers off the freeway onto a side alley. He's desperately late and needs to cut across town. His mind is spinning in a state of panic. What will his mother do? She thinks he's in school. He doesn't even know what the trial is for. But in his mind, he holds a picture of a different future. That boy on the red bicycle is me. The bike falls to the ground. I push through hundreds of kids, and I get to the front of the dust pitch, and the game is over. My chance was gone. I fall to the ground, and I start crying. Then I look up, and I see my coach talking to a tall man. He has a tan skin, but I know he's not from here. I can hear his French is not so good. He waves me over, and that was when I saw the logo for the first time. And although I could not read the words, I saw hope. Luckily for me, he let me play with the older boys. And from hundreds of kids waiting with their future in his hands, he chose me. That was when I met Jeremy, the Right to Dream Scout.
It's amazing the things you find in places you'd never think to look. There are a lot of people who see West Africa as chaotic and undeserving. From a distance, it's very easy to see why one would think that. And then you hear the voices coming from hundreds of people, huddled around a dirt pitch, captivated by this 10-year-old little boy playing for his life under the absolute worst conditions you could ever imagine. Where else in the world does that happen with a 10-year-old displaying that kind of raw talent? Desire, drive, hunger. This is the environment that has created that 10-year-old boy. It's all about searching for the right talent. There's loads of talent out there. But the right talent is hard to find because the right talent goes beyond the pitch.
What position would you play? You a player yourself?
I played in Europe, Germany, Offenham.
This afternoon we have a trial, you should come.
The right talent takes you to the motorbike driver who takes you to the heart of the community, and he's grown up there, and he himself was a good footballer, and he did his knee in at 14 and couldn't get into the academy. And he knows inside information about the best footballer in the community. And when he looks into your eyes, he sees possibility and knows you're the hope of the community. football organizations don't think enough of what social impact they're having on the community. And if the scout does not see that and does not feel that, then he doesn't do justice to the community he's working in. You can't ask a kid to throw themselves into an academy setting when you yourself as a scout hasn't thrown yourself into the community and understood him. You being extremely short-sighted by not appreciating that kid's struggle. Communities in Africa seem to be changing at such a slow rate that if we don't care as scouts, who would care?
Hello, is this Nana's house?
Yes.
Is his mother here?
It's vitally important for us to educate the parent and get them to understand that this is a long-term process.
Which school is he in?
Salas.
Salas. If you prefer to speak in Twi, Prince can do some translations for us. We have a trial next week. You send the letter to the school, so the school are aware and that he doesn't get into trouble with them.
And I say, my name say Unimbo and Ope Obeti players beat say Majid Waris, David Akam, Yaya Boa. Omunina Omufi Academy on.
Community relations is hugely important, and schools are a big part of the community.
Good morning, sir. Sorry to disturb you.
You're welcome.
I'm Jeremy from Right to Dream Football Academy. Tu parles anglais?
No.
Tu parles français? Charles Kumado played in our trial this weekend. He's a student
Yes,
with you?
student here.
Okay.
There's various ingredients that go into making a player, and getting insight from the school is vitally important.
This is his attendance.
Expliquez, décrivez pour moi, lui, c'est Marc, les attendances comme ça.
Moi, je comprends pas.
Mathematics, where would you place him
Place him on top 5%.
in terms of academic?
Academics, 5% in a class.
We're a team of 3 in Ghana.
You are Daniel Gilbert.
When you put 3 people together watching one football match, you generally have 3 different opinions.
One of the strikers that stood out was Samuel for me.
What stood out about him?
Had good foundations to his game.
But there's not enough creativity in a key position.
The decision-making process is up to 8 months of recruiting and drawing up short lists of players, which all culminates in one night in a hotel room.
We might ruin a life there if we're not careful with this decision.
It's gut-wrenching when you have to release kids back into the community after a trial, but those kids that we released are just a representation of one generation. And if we feel that we're going to be game changers in Africa, then every year we got to wipe the slate clean and give ourselves the best opportunity of success by finding the next one. There's a lot of inequality in the world, and inequality is not going to change unless we change the next generation. And scouts are closest to changing the next generation, and therefore they need to take the responsible steps to make that difference.
I arrived at Right to Dream, aged 11. I spoke no English, and only 3 people in the academy could speak French. Que vais-je faire? It's like getting thrown in a pool when you can't swim. But I did not ask for a life jacket. Within 3 months, I was fluent in English, and this allowed me to take everything Right to Dream had to offer and started opening my mind. Right to Dream is about character and values. It builds a passion in us to do things not just for ourselves, but for our community, for a greater purpose. In my home country, the successful footballers are seen as the stars, the ones with the cars and the watches. People think about themselves and their close families. It's about tomorrow and not about the future. There is a lack of role models. There is more to life than this. One of my role models while I Right to Dream was George Weah, as you probably just heard. And he was sending his salary back to help refugee camps outside of Liberia. And this man won the Ballon d'Or. This man is now the president of Liberia. You may have recently heard about Alphonso Davies. We just signed the highest contract in the MLS, and we'll be heading out to Bayern Munich. He came from the refugee camp that George Weah was sending his money back to. Who knows where Alphonso Davies would be without the support of George Weah? George Weah did this because he has a strong character, and he decided to do something for this, for his community, and for where he came from. I want to do something big for my country. I look at George Weah, and I'm inspired. But I also think, I have a great education, and football as well. Why can't I do better than him if I'm in his shoes? The thing that so many footballers don't understand is that when you're motivated by something bigger than yourself, you work harder and you go further. For the past 2 years at the Maybrook School, I go to the gym every single day. And when I'm in there, I'm thinking about bigger things. When there's a school dance, do you know what I do? I go to the gym. Because that's when I know it's going to be completely empty. In the winter, well, you know it snows a lot in New York. I go down to the turf with a shovel, and I make myself a training area while everybody's getting warm. Why do I do this? A lot of people depend on me. It's just that simple. People depend on me. And if I fail, it is bigger than me. This is not football, but look at LeBron James and what he's doing with his school. The inspiration he's giving to us is huge. But this is random. This is LeBron James having a strong character and deciding to do something. Right to Dream is not like that. It is systematic. From the very first day we set foot at the academy, age 10, we start thinking like this. I recently went home to Burkina Faso for the first time in 3.5 years. It was really cool. I brought with me a duffel bag full of soccer cleats that I had gathered from the neighboring schools to Maybrook and from my friends at Maybrook. I handed them out to the little kids at home. And as I was giving them out to them, I could see hope in their eyes. They were happy, they were motivated. The coaches told me they played with twice the energy from before. I see this and I'm really happy because it makes me feel like I'm more than just a footballer. Like the kids winning scholarships at LeBron James' school, or like Alphonso Davies or the other refugees back in the refugee camp getting help from George Weah, or like me on my red bicycle riding to the tryout, our lives can be drastically changed by moments of surprises. I would like to share with you one moment of surprise that happened to me in June.
Hey, this is Chad Konecki with the Gatorade Player of the Year program. We're in Midtown Manhattan at the Right to Dream Academy Gala. It's an African scholarship program, and we're here to surprise Ousseini Bouda with the Gatorade National Player of the Year trophy. He has no idea what's coming. This is gonna be awesome.
All right, everyone, I actually have some news that gets even better. Ousseini, right here, right now, we are naming Ousseini as the 2017-2018 Gatorade National Boys Soccer Player of the Year.
Ousseini is the real deal. He came to us from an academy in Ghana called the Right to Dream. He spoke no English. They were holding tryouts, and his mother was not interested in this happening. And so the morning of these tryouts, he got dressed in his soccer outfit and then put his school clothes on over top. He snuck out of school and borrowed a friend's bicycle and rode some significant distance. In fact, it was so far that when he got there, he had missed the tryout. And so he repeated the process and tried out, but with the next age group up, where he basically dazzled them at that level as well. Ousseini is keenly aware of the privilege and the opportunity which has been provided to him. He's focused, he's productive.
The world of professional soccer is filled with players who go by one name and everybody knows it. Ousseini Bouda, Nini to his teammates, has the tools to develop into that kind of player someday. Of course, he has the speed and athleticism to blow by defenders, but he's also got a devastating stop-and-go style. He's gifted with both feet. He's got finesse on and off the ball. He's hard to hold off, and he's dangerous with his back to goal. The truly remarkable thing about Ousseini Bouda is he's got an entire year of high school development remaining. For all of those reasons, and many others, he's the perfect choice for Gatorade National Boys Soccer Player of the Year.
Honestly, growing up, I never thought I could be standing here right now. I grew up in Burkina Faso. Every kid plays soccer, one of the poorest countries in the world. And then since I got the chance to join Right to Dream, it allowed me to think bigger. And winning this, I never thought I could be here right now, especially as a junior. And then to have in front of literally my family, these are the people I grew up with, in front of all of them, it's truly a blessing. Ousseini Bouda, 2017-2018 Gatorade National Boys Soccer Player of the Year. Thank you. Thank you. I got one more surprise. Dear Ousseini Bouda, this letter serves as a reading notification to your scholarship to Stanford University. Thank you.